Hi, thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk about insulin resistance. Yeah, that's what I had. Basically, it was mixed with obesity. I was normal in 2003 for most of my life. For whatever reason, in 2004, when I had a life change and I had a 60-pound weight gain, I'd never gained that much weight in my life. I had cankles. Um, couldn't fix myself. I tried. Nothing, nothing worked. And it's not fun starving all the time, or your brain feels like you're starving. And I'm Italian, so that was my diet for years. I wasn't an obese child. That's my dad. It's my father's sister. She was a little stout. But my mom was a little bit overweight. I wouldn't call her normal. I would call her overweight. My brother had a problem with obesity, but he was in a wheelchair. So it came to a head in 2011 when I woke up and I said, yeah, I'm really fat and I'm going to have a heart attack. So what am I going to do about it? So I had weight loss surgery and I had the lap band in 2012, September. I spent the whole 9 months, a 6-month waiting period, and I had to wait for another couple more months to get everything in order to have my surgery because I paid $7,000 out of my pocket for the surgery. So in the meantime, when I was waiting, I worked with a dietitian and we went through, the weight loss surgery, bariatric plan, the way of eating, measuring your food, counting your carbs, understanding what a processed carbohydrate was and a natural carbohydrate. Processed carbohydrate comes from processed foods, potato chips, stuff like that. Natural stuff, natural carbohydrates come from things like pasta. Well, actually, pasta is in the process, but like potatoes, things like that, are higher in carbs. Now, I practice a low carb lifestyle, but I do cycle in that sometimes according to fitness, but for the most part, it is low carbohydrates. I don't drink soda anymore. I don't eat fast food, and I don't like to eat restaurant food because I don't know what's in the food. I don't eat high carbohydrates. I look at the ingredients and I turn the package over and say, does this have a lot of chemicals or does this have a lot of sugar? Things like that. And I try to avoid it. Why? I don't know, because I'm metabolically unhealthy. I'm going to be 59 years old. Um, I don't know what happened to me, but it did. And the thing about it is I don't want to go back to this person, because my surgery is ineffective. Basically, my metabolic honeymoon lasted 3 months, and then I had to work it. And you can look back on my videos. But yeah, my lowest was 147. I went 2 times. I got to that level. Once in 12 months out, and then back in 215 when I went plant-based, I was able to get down. But then, as of since 215, I'm back. I try to stay around 160 pounds. 160 pounds is my post-pregnancy weight, but I have a tendency in the wintertime to gain some weight. So I'm in the middle of fasting right now. Yes, intermittent fasting, and I'm hangry. And I'm cold, and it's chilly in Maryland. But no, I wasn't an adult. I wasn't an obese child, as you can see, normal. And I didn't overeat, and I didn't eat a lot of snacks. And I really wasn't interested in eating. I was considered a picky eater. That's me with my triathlete body. I was pretty proud of myself. Um, my legs were very swollen and they went to be normal size. So from the bariatric surgery, for about 6 months, I got a metabolic reprieve. But then I tried to hold on for another 6 months, but I could feel my body regaining inflammation. So yeah, so I've been fighting ever since. I can show you a picture here. As you can see, my daughter was, I think, 19 there. So, you can see us two, we're basically the same size. And we have the same body. She has my body figure. She adapted my body figure. So I'm considered petite. And yeah, so This is a good channel I'd like to showcase. Put you in his direction. Insulin resistance. That's what we are before we become diabetic. That's why we had a fatty liver during weight loss surgery, or we had gallbladder out. That's why I even have my gallbladder out. I have all my organs.
Based insulin resistance is something that you can reverse 100% and get great results with. You just
but my lap band was unfilled in 2016.
We're going to teach you in this video. We're going to talk about the different lifestyle factors that you can do right in the comfort of your home that include nutrition and just daily habits that are really going to help you reverse this issue. And so by the end of this video, you should be really geared up in order.
Now, my nutritionist or my bariatric doctor never said I had insulin resistance, but I definitely do. If we look through the video, when you can't, there's the insulin receptor. When you eat these carbohydrates for years and years and years, you develop a tolerance. So the cell, it doesn't do what it's properly, gets malfunctioned. And then when you try to go on a diet, it's resistant and you won't be able to have fat loss. What you do is you just use all the carbohydrates, the glycogen stores, and then your body says, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, and you have to eat again. So you're in that constant recycle mode of binging or eating excessive carbohydrates or getting excessive sugars.
To get the best results possible in reversing insulin resistance. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community.
So he is a businessman. He does sell supplements in his diet plan and stuff, but he does have a lot of good stuff on his channel. So I'm going to link a card.
You excel your health and your life. Now let's go ahead and get started here. Now, what I want to do is just talk about insulin resistance in general, what it is, what's happening. I always find when people can truly understand the condition that they're facing, they're just so much more able to actually go into.
Actually, my sugars never went over 90.
Let's say you consume some carbohydrates
that I know of.
Consume some sugar. Essentially, what happens from there is your blood sugar rises. As a result of your blood sugar rises, your pancreas is going to go and release insulin. Okay, it's just a natural response, and this is a good thing. So the pancreas releases insulin. So
I'll link a card, and thank you for joining me, and see you in the next video.